Ah, what a beautiful day on the Mindcrack Fan Server. Hello everybody and welcome back to Minecraft on the Mindcrack Fan Server. I can't do a high-pitched voice, so I apologize. Welcome back everybody. So, we're going to be doing some more building. I will show you what I have done. I have built all of the walls. Took fucking forever because it used up a shit ton of my stone. It's not fun. See? All of the walls. So, skeleton. Where the hell are you? Whatever. Anyways, what I'm going to be doing is, one, I'm going to be building up the middle staircase a little bit higher so we can get in level with this for the next floor when we build a little bit higher. But I gotta place some stairs because, I don't know. Placing stairs seems to be something we have to do a lot. And one thing that I want to change is I want to be able to walk up the staircase at any opportune time. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to turn these half slabs into just full-on blocks, and I'll probably do that on camera. But what crazy, wacky stories shall I tell today? That's kind of that was horrible. Okay, what kind of story am I going to tell today? Well, okay. This is a story from my childhood. Let's just say I was kind of accident-prone when I was a child, and I mean, it was brought on as a result of my stupidity anyways, because, when I was a kid, I was kind of stubborn, and I liked to break things. Like, I don't remember much from my childhood in terms of stories about basically me. Like, I've heard stories from my parents and all, and my siblings. They're just like, you were one, messed up kid. Well, not necessarily messed up in the sense I was, like messed up in the brain. Mostly, I was just, how to explain it. And that's better. Problem is, it's not going to be a circle, but I don't really give a shit. It was mostly in the sense that when I was younger, I just always like to use my head. And you're like, well, that doesn't really make you a messed up child. Well, the way I used my head was not the typical way you would use your head. And you're like, oh my god, what'd you do? Did you create some scientific experiment that blew up shit and stuff? And it's like, no. I mean, that would consider me, I mean, I would be considered a genius or something like that, or just an evil mad scientist, but no. When I mean I use my head, I meant I would use my head as a battering ram. And you're like, what? Okay, so when I was younger, I ended up, like, I kind of wanted to hang out because I didn't really have any friends too much around my neighborhood, because in my neighborhood, there wasn't too many kids, and the kids that were there didn't want to go outside, because it was about that age where video games just started taking over the world. And hey, I mean, it hasn't stopped now. I mean, it's continuing now. Video games rule the world. But what happened was, when I was a kid, the only people that I could hang out with were my two older sisters. One sister was 12 years older than me, so she was in middle school. My other sister is only about approximately, yeah, she's 6 years older than me. So the age gap was, when she was 6 years old, I was, like, born. So I wanted to hang out with her more than I wanted my other sister. So one day well, actually not one day, this is actually something that happened quite often, is she would bring one of her friends over from the neighborhood over, and I would be like, I want to play with you too. And sometimes my sister would be like, okay, that's fine. And then other times she was just like, oh no, we can't. We're not playing with you. We don't want to do that. So they would lock themselves in her room, and I'd be like, I want to play with you. And they're like, John, you can't come in. And I'm like, And stubborn as I was, I decided, hey, I got an idea. Instead of bashing on the door with my hands, no, that's not a good idea. Oh, I got an idea. Let's use our heads. And I would run back, and I'd go full speed. Well, I can't get full speed on stairs. And go boom! Head straight first into the door. And the thing was, it's just, you think after one time, you think, be like, ow, that hurt. I'm going to stop now. Nope, I was stupid enough to go, let's do this again, and did it several times in a row until I finally realized, okay, I'm not getting in the room, and I finally stopped. Yep. Childhood for me. Ramming my head into doors. And it's just, I don't know, that's how I was when I was a kid. I don't know, I was very stubborn when it came to just wanting to do something, because let's just say I got bored very easily as a kid, and I have not been diagnosed with ADD. Bird. Nah, I'm just messing with you. But it was just, I never did anything when I was a kid, like anything that was entertaining. The only thing that seemed to grab my interest was video games. But video games were off limits because the only way we could play video games was to go into our parents' bedroom, because they had the only working television set that could hook up to a game system. Yes, I was born in the 90s, where not a lot of people had very expensive Wait. Meh. I didn't fix you. I'll be getting you soon. Anyways. Shit! So I have a pick. There we go. But we couldn't play video games. There was nobody to hang out with. So, I mean, my attention turned to my siblings. And eventually, after a while, we did get, there were people that I could play with and go outside with. But at the same time, there wasn't really anything to do. And you're thinking, well, what did you do when you were a kid? Well, I mostly just sat around and did nothing. I mean, that's how I am now. I don't really do anything. I'm just kind of bored, like, all the time. Like, consider, I see you, skeleton. Trying to sneak around, but hey, you can't get around. Oh, what's this advanced pathfinding for you? Oh, I'm sorry, you're stuck on a ledge. Sorry, bro, you're gonna burn. Oh wait, that's shade. Never mind. He will live forever on. But I just never had the opportunity to do a bunch of stuff. Like, just, I've had the freedom to do what I want. It's not like I was restricted when I was younger. It's just, there wasn't much to do, and because of it, I was kind of a withdrawn child when I was a kid. Though, I was a wild and crazy withdrawn kid. I guess eventually what happened was that the insanity that was just bouncing around the walls. To describe myself when I was a kid, my sisters gave me, you were basically, how to describe it, you're like a rubber ball that would bounce off the walls. And I was like, what? So, and then my sisters are like, well, now you're not a rubber ball. I mean, you still kind of are, but you're kind of like, you're a rubber ball trapped in a plastic container, so you bounce off the walls of the plastic container, but you're still contained and controlled. So, I still have the insanity. I mean, look at what I do. I'm fucking insane! So, it's most of the time. And I guess I can understand that for the most part. But when I was a kid, I didn't do shit. I mean, I could have done shit, but I didn't really feel like it. I mean, I just never really liked hanging out with people sometimes because sometimes I would like to talk to myself. Well, nah, I didn't really talk to myself that much. I mean, you think every once in a while when you were a kid, you would have that kind of thing or mortality that you would like, oh, hey, let's just talk to myself. For me, that never really exactly happened. Like, for example, I've only had one imaginary friend when I was a kid, and that lasted about a few weeks. Like, how many student slips? Okay, I'm good. Yeah, it's like I had an imaginary friend that only lasted a few weeks, and just nothing happened because of it. And it's strange. You think a person that is withdrawn most of the time would just have these crazy imaginary friends who's just like, this is Bob! He comes from the planet Endor, and he has the ability to blow up things with his mind. Man, I didn't really have that. My imaginary friend was a dog named Sparky. He never talked. You know what he did? He just kind of sat there and did nothing. That's imaginary friends from me, a guy that wants to make video games. Oh yeah, but being a kid, just you never know. Just I think and it's not something. It's not because I was withdrawn because like my parents did anything to me. They were very loving parents, and they're still loving parents today. They really care about me. It's just I don't know. Maybe that's just the way I was raised. And it's kind of sad because I'm the kind of person where it's just like I want attention, but I don't want too much attention. Where it's like, how to explain it? Where I want people to talk to me, but I don't want to be like swarmed of people talking to me like 24/7 and like just constantly doing stuff. Like, fuck, why did I do that? I just want to have the opportunity for people to talk to me, but let's see, be here, here, here. But I don't really want people talking to me too much. Like, there are a select few people that I talk to on a regular basis, like, but other than that, I don't really talk to too many people. It's just, I have friends and I talk to them, but I don't want to feel like I'm swarmed always by people. Like, I can understand, like, and you think, well, you're a martial arts instructor. Yeah, I can understand that, but it's kind of like, it's a collective, where when you're teaching martial arts, it's not going to be like, oh my god, just, it's basically you're like, okay, let's do this, this, and this, and I mean, sometimes I talk, and I have good people skills when it comes to that. It's just, I don't necessarily want to, like, always talk to people. Like, sometimes people annoy the crap out of me, and that's why I don't usually talk to people. It's because they're annoying, and I was like, fuck that, I don't want to talk to you. That's just how I am. I mean, and then there's other people I want to talk to, but they don't want to talk to me. Which is very sad. I'm like, you don't want to talk to me? Will you do it? Fuck off! No. I'm more like, oh, I'll go find something else to do. That's basically how I am. And let's put another stone. Is this my last one? Fucking damn it. Well, I should get to the top, but I'm done with this one. So, I don't know. It's just, you can love and hate people, but at the same time, you need people to talk to. Because if you don't talk to anybody, you're just going to be lone and sad. I mean, that's, I kind of go through periods where I just want people to talk to me and nobody talks to me, and then I feel alone. I mean, I'm going through that right now, but I don't seem like it, because I'm talking to you people. You're my friends, right? Right? I'm alone. But I go through that not too often. It happens mostly when dramatic stuff happens in my life. That's when I'm going through a period where I want people to talk to me. And this is one of those times. But I mean, other than that, You're in my way, I see. Well, you know what we do to people like you? How do you feel now, Dirt? You've been murdered. Oh, yeah. But that's what happens. Let's just... Withdrawal doesn't usually happen for me, but when it does, it's kind of sucks. Alright, let's... Oh, I don't need too much. I think I need at least... Come on. Let's go. Most entertaining thing ever. Yeah, that should be plenty. But withdrawal usually happens sometimes, and for anybody out there that actually does have withdrawals and stuff, I mean, don't think of it as just like, oh, I hate people. Don't always think that you hate people. Sometimes you just want to be alone. You want to have your own time to yourself. And that's understandable. Like, if you didn't have time to yourself, you would be kind of chaotic when it comes to that. Okay. And it's completely understandable. It's not like something that is... You have to be expected to basically talk to people all the time. Sometimes you can't. And I think that's more understandable than most people nowadays. And it's better than being forced to. Holy crap, this place is dark. Okay. Alright. Yeah, it would be this one. But don't let people tell you that because you don't talk to people that shit's gonna be bad. If you don't want to talk to people, you don't have to. Don't force yourself to. Yeah. I should be talking about more wacky stuff, like me as a kid ramming my head into a wall. Well, technically it was a door. It wasn't a solid wall. I think it'd be brain dead. Well, I think I've lost brain cells from actually doing that as a kid. That's me. Ramming my head into walls and just being stuff. Oh yeah, and there's some other stories I can talk to you about, like, I would take things apart. I said that earlier. But take things apart, I would, like, break remote controls for our television sets and just, I would scare the cats. I would destroy walls. Just, nah, fuck that. But I think I would break my toys and just... I would try to put it back together, but, you know, I just didn't know how it would go back together, so it didn't necessarily work. Yeah. But, I mean, that's what I do. And nowadays, I don't really break things apart. I guess I don't feel like it anymore. But that's how I was when I was a kid. I just like to break stuff and just do crazy shit. But now I guess I'm more tame. Oh, wait. You. Wait. Okay. Dun dun. Dun dun. Alright. We're gonna do this. Dun dun! Raw! Yeah! Victory! Boop. And boop. And with that, I will say thank you all for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe if you like me being suicidal and jumping off high ledges and barely surviving, then you should definitely subscribe. But next time, I will do more wacky stories from my childhood. Maybe. I should talk about that one time when I was 5 and, well, you'll just have to tune in next time. See you guys later.